Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I am doing a thoughts on stuff I hauled. I did one of these before, like October of last year. I'm really bad at these, but I really love them, so I want to do them, and I need to pump a few of them out so that I can catch up a little better, because these purchases are from April, May, and June of last year. Now, to be fair, a lot of that stuff I've used up, so I could just tell you, okay, this is what it was, this is what I thought about it. Some stuff I've decluttered, and some stuff I still have, but, you know, that's the joy of it. So, let's get started. First, from April, that wasn't, you know, like a Birchbox or something, I have the Too Faced Blush Love Flushed palette. I haven't used this a lot because I've been panning other blushes because I hate myself. But I do really like it. I really like this formula. It does actually stay on my cheeks very well. I guess I'm a really oily person, so I actually have to like take that into account. This is one of those things that I think about panning because I'm crazy. It does give me a lot of option for blush though, doesn't it? I might pan at least like one of these next year though, just to make sure I get some more use out of it. Next were some NYX products. I bought the NYX Micro Brow in what I believe was taupe. I did actually really like that. I did use it up though. It's a really fine 0.1. Everybody's heard about this one. A lot of people love it. And I would actually repurchase that in the future if I ever need another brow pencil again, which I have a lot of brow products right now, so that'll be a while. Next, I have my stuff in this little basket over here. Is the NYX hair. Sorry. Next I have the NYX Wonder Pencil. I've used up about half of it. I'm trying to use it up in a project right now. I don't get this. Like, maybe it's just because, I don't know, I actually do have pretty red eyes, so you think, like, I have pretty bloodshot eyes. It's dry eyes plus contacts. But you think this would be something great for me, but I don't get it. I don't really notice a difference when I use it. Maybe it just fades too fast on me, so I'm trying to use it up. Let's see. Dig, dig, dig. Next, I actually bought these for a NYX Full Face tutorial. And this is the NYX Eye and Eyebrow Pencil in black. So I was using this as an eye pencil. It's just, you know, a little wooden pencil. So I should probably pan that at some point. I don't love wooden sharpenable pencils as much as I care more about using them now than I used to. So this hair on the drier side, unlike some of my creamier ones, so I tend to head more towards those than this when I do it. But as far as a cheap little pencil, this was only like $3.49, I think. Well, it says in my book $3.49, so that's what it cost. I bought this at Target, so the price might be a little different if you order it from, say, Ulta or Walgreens or whatever. But for being a cheap pencil, it's good. Let's see, next I have some, well, first, something that I finished were the Dollar General pore strips. I bought one box and really liked them, and I don't know if they changed the formula between them, if I was just crazy or what, but I didn't like the next box, so I would not repurchase those. But next for something I bought these little Sally Girl eyeshadows. They used to sell these at Sally's Beauty Supply, but they completely changed out their own makeup line, so they don't sell these anymore. And what was really cute about them is that these singles are only like 99 cents, were only like 99 cents each, but you could, you know, stack them together. Revlon did something like this, but their formula for these was utter crap. The formula on these though is really nice. So, I do really like them. I don't use them very often because I'm always panning some different eyeshadow or another. Let me go ahead and swatch them all for you. Like, I put myself together a little quad of them. Like, they're a little powdery, but definitely for 99-cent shadows, they're really nice. So I would say if you can get your hands on these, you should get them, but I don't really know where you would get your hands on these at this point, so sorry. Let's see. The NYX Boudoir mascara I used up. It was supposed to be a fiber mascara, but I didn't really notice too much in the way of fibers, so I didn't really care for that. Next is the Dark Circle Corrector, which I'm trying to finish this year. I don't think I will. There's a crap ton of product in this. Mine is in the shade Light. I do believe it also comes in a medium or dark. this is fine for an under eye circle thing. So you want to try it out, I say give it a shot. It doesn't crease too badly on my oily skin. To be fair, everything creases on my oily skin as far as under eye concealers are concerned. I have not found one yet that does not crease. And this is with me setting it with a powder and not, you know, rubbing it in, but tapping it in. And I've looked up all the tricks, guys. Setting it with certain powders does help a lot, but eventually just about everything creases on me. So if there's some new trick out there I haven't heard of, please feel free to share it. But next is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani blush palette. This and the other blush palette show how old this stuff really is. I've used it a couple of times, but not a ton. This is another thing that I've been thinking about panning lately because I saw the Daisy Girly pan her bronzer out of here, and she had it panned in like a month. So apparently these pans are actually quite shallow. So now I'm really curious to see if I can finish this, because it is a really nice palette if you're, you know, super fair like I am. That was kind of the complaint about it at the time. It does have a nice big mirror on it, which shows how greasy I am right now. It's been a long day, guys. I went to a job fair for Sephora, actually. And it was a group interview process, and I don't think I did very well. But it was neat to be able to go. So, whatever. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Got my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer at this time. I'm panning it this year. You're getting a preview of all the new pan that I've hit this past month. But I do really like this. If you got, mine is in light bronzer. They do have a bronzer shade that's admittedly not much darker. But it is really nice if you are of the more day glow complexion like I am. When I bought this is when Urban Decay redid their lipstick line. Because I bought 2 of the Urban Decay lipsticks. One is in Venom. This is bright purple right here. They're a little dusty because they sit on my vanity. And dander is everywhere because I own 2 very shitty dogs. And this one is in 69. So those are those right there. I do really like this formula, but they decided to switch to a new formula for whatever reason. I think they just wanted to combine all their different formulas and whatnot under one thing rather than having like 4 or 5 different products people needed to go to online. That's my theory behind it, but you know, whatever. I did buy some Sephora brush cleansing wipes, and you guys know I really like those. I have since used those up and repurchased. Let's see, and the last from this month, oh, I apparently bought the Milani Prep Set and Go translucent powder, which I have since used up. It is really nice for a translucent powder. I went through it in about 2 to 2.5 months, but I use a lot of powder for this greasy face. I probably should have used more powder before I came on here, but I forgot to check. But the last couple of things from this month were part of the Wonder Woman collection that was at Walgreens last year. They have another one up this year that's a bit different. But I bought a bronzer and highlight duo that I've since actually sold to somebody online because it just wasn't different enough from other stuff that I had and knew that I liked, so I decided to pass it along. Well, not pass it along, I sold it. I still have the lipstick in Heroin. It's just beautiful red right here. This I will keep, and if I ever pan it, I will probably depot something else into it because I really like this packaging. I loved the Wonder Woman movie, by the way. It's one of my favorite movies this year. Now, of course, Thor Ragnarok is coming out later this year, so it's going to have some stiff competition in the way, but maybe it'll still hold its own. I also bought the palette, and honestly, it's not that this palette is bad, it's that I know, honestly, I bought it for the packaging. And I bought a couple of the Disney ones earlier for the packaging as well. I'm thinking about selling all of these little bulk palettes that I have because they're nice, but they're nothing unique and they take up a lot of room. Like, I actually have to store these on top of my vanity, which I should do a vanity tour at some point. I would have to drag my umbrella lights into my bedroom, but that's not too big of a deal. But these, I have like 5 of these sitting on my vanity. They just take up so much room. but I wouldn't depot them because I really like the packaging. So I either need to start using these or pass them along, honestly. And I think I would get some decent money for these because they are collectibles. So I don't know, just a thought. And now we move into May. So the first non-box purchase is some more NYX stuff. That's not NYX, that's the other thing I bought. This is the NYX Avant Pop palette in Art Throb. I went with the colorful version. And the one kind of complaint, I knew getting this that it was going to be an issue. There's no good light brown crease shade. This peach shade works on the crease because it is matte, but that's like the only one in here that works as like a neutral thing to kind of pull a look together. Like, yes, sometimes when I go really colorful, I will put like, you know, this green in the crease with this on the lid, which is fine and fun, or this purple with that lighter green. But sometimes if I just want something a hair more neutral, I have to either use my bronzer that I'm using that day or pull in another palette. I do use my bronzers a lot as crease colors for my more colorful palettes, so that is my one issue with this, but I mean the shadows are really nice. Let me swatch a few for you. Like even the purple is pretty nice, and purple is actually a really hard thing to get a good formula on, apparently. I've learned since really getting into makeup. But sorry, I needed to wipe my hands. But yeah, overall the palette's really good. If you're more, they have more neutral options, so if you're more of a neutral person, you can get one of those. I've actually thought about getting a second one because Target now carries the neutraler options. My Walgreens actually put up a NYX display recently that is really, you know, full. Let's see, I had some other NYX stuff from this haul too. Let's see. I have the NYX HD concealer. Mine is in whatever the lightest shade is. I have beat this up enough to where none of the writing is left on it. Honestly, I probably used up about half of this. I really, really like it. I know not everyone does, but I do. Well, I mess with my hair too much. It's an idiosyncratic thing. Let's see. I have the Vivid Brights eyeliner in Vivid Bloom. I didn't use this for my look that I did with my NYX products, or did I? I don't remember. I think I might have now that I'm thinking about it. But once this dries, it stays put. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and take it off now. But those are really good eyeliners if you want a good colorful eyeliner. And I bought the Pro Foundation Mixer, which mine is actually almost empty. So I did pick up another one. I just haven't quite finished this one yet. But you know, you can only get free shipping on Ulta orders with $50 and above, unless they're running some kind of, you know, certain thing at the time. And my Ulta's like 30 to 40 minutes away. So I actually did go today because I picked up some stuff for a friend, but normally I'd rather just wait and order online. So when I did make an Ulta order a little while back, I went ahead and ordered another one. I need to make a note to go ahead and finish this though. Next is my Makeup Revolution blush palette. This is the Melts version. My video on this has like 1,200 views. Apparently a lot of people were curious about it. But yeah, it's a really good palette if you like cream blushes. You gotta like cream blushes, obviously. But I did try to pan this shade earlier this year, only to realize these pans are actually fairly deep. And this is hella pigmented, so it'll last you forever. I have no idea what got on the front of this, but there's like crap on it now and it looks the daylights out of me. Let's see. I picked up a Revlon Color Stay in my shade, which is Buff. I picked it up when they put out the pumps. Do you really like this foundation? I know that they apparently changed the formula a little bit when they came out with the pump version versus the old open mouth version. But I liked that version and I like this version. And I use the oily combination version, obviously. So I really like that. I forgot to bring this in here, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. I bought the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation from my sister. I use 1-in-1, but I don't remember the name of it. I'll try to insert it here if I remember to look it up. I really like that foundation. Honestly, if I wasn't panning a foundation, that would be what I would be using in the summer right now, because that stuff holds up. Yes, it is super full coverage, and it kind of freaks me out when I put it on because I can't see any of my skin issues through it, and it admittedly kind of freaks me out when I wear it. But it's a really good foundation. So yeah, I forgot to bring that in here, but I bought that for my sister. She bought the wrong shade. She is about a shade or two darker than me, but day glow, so it's okay. And now for June, I actually don't currently have any more of the products that I bought this month because I used them all up, but we'll go over them just the same. So I bought this little Belif Best Sellers on the Go kit. It had the Aqua Bomb moisturizer, which I love and I used up. It had the Essence, which was okay, but I wouldn't repurchase. What else did it have? I know it had an eye cream and a face wash that I haven't used up yet, so I don't have an opinion on them. I want to say there was one other thing in there, but I might be wrong. It might have only been 4 things. I had the Too Cool for School Dino-Plats Deer Brachiosaurus blotting papers. It was one of those blotting sets that comes in a little box with a mirror and the little pad to put on that'll stick to the thing and put on your face. I loved that thing. It is like $8, but honestly, kind of worth it. I'm trying to go through my Boscia blotting sheets right now, the charcoal ones. But once I finish those, I'm probably going to purchase the Too Cool for School one again. The other thing I had was a Sephora Triple Action Cleansing Water. I actually did not really care for that. When I used it on lipstick, it left a horrific aftertaste. Like, I had to make sure to like wipe off my lips with like just a wet washcloth afterwards to make sure that I didn't get that taste in my mouth. So I would not repurchase that. And I had 2 CoverGirl things. I had the CoverGirl Katy Kat Matte Lipstick, which for whatever reason I didn't really like. I think it might have been the color that I bought, because I bought this like lavender color and it wasn't quite opaque enough. Because that is the one thing about lavender colors, if you can't build them up to be opaque, you look sickly with them. You either got to get the full color or they don't work. So I decluttered that. And the other thing was the CoverGirl Matte BB Cream, which I panned earlier this year, and I do really, really like that. It says it's a BB cream, but it's really just kind of like a lightweight foundation. CoverGirl products are notorious for oxidizing, and it did oxidize a little bit on me too. The light shade was a little bit too dark for me, but if I blended down my neck, it wasn't that bad. So that is one that I would actually repurchase if I didn't have like 15 foundations right now. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.